All right, good afternoon and welcome to the Orange County IDA Finance Committee meeting. The time is now 4:10 p.m. Bill, can I get a roll call, please?
Yes, Mark Green.
Here.
Jeffrey Christ.
Here.
Dean Tamburri.
Here.
Linda Muller.
Here.
Four committee members are present. For staff, Bill Fioravanti, Kelly Riley, Marty Barras, Shannon Manisi, our external CFO, Billy Iverson on audio visual. We also have our general counsel, Lino Sharetta, Rudy Zoda here. Another board member present, Lee Benton, and our state monitor, Brian Sandage. That's everyone.
Notice of this meeting was properly provided. You can see page 2 of your packet. Let's move to the minutes. Can we get an approval of minutes from the May 13th, 2026 Finance Committee meeting? Can I get a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make a motion.
All right, can I get a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussions or corrections that anyone picked up?
Yep.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? One abstention. Motion passes. New business. Shannon, can you take us to page 5, please?
Yes, so there was an application fee received, actually 2 of them, Allstate Developers and Southgate Flats. And then you'll see $2,500 in the pass-through legal fees. That's also related to the Southgate Flats. That expense has not been paid out yet. I believe that will be a June payment back out, so you'll see that down below next month. You'll see $223,000. That's related to the Herrick bills from January through April. If we go down to marketing, there's 4516. The majority of that is acquisitions, marketing, and Nikki Jones. Everything else seems to be status quo, standard monthly expenses. The EPA, you'll see it ties out from up above in the revenue section and down below. So there was $32,000 of income and $306,000 of expenses, so a net loss of $273,612.91. Any questions on any of those?
Well, I think we.
I know there's a
we
lot
missed
there,
Pretty
so.
big expense.
Yeah.
So, real quickly, $233,789 to Anshin.
223.
223.
223, not 233.
223.
Yes,
Yes.
was it 233?
I think you're lying.
Okay, I'm lying, I'm going to hell in a handbasket.
Well, it sucks because it's on videotape, so I'm sure you're right.
Dean,
I know that it's actually, we paid more than that, but it was accrued to last year, is that correct? This is simply. the
So
legal fees?
those are not part of the accruals. If the accrual is being paid, it would come off the balance sheet and you would not see it here as it was a 2025 expense. Those are strictly bills that are being paid that relate to 2026.
Correct. And what, did we, almost 100% are legal?
Yeah, it's showing up here. This is all legal.
All right. Any questions or comments?
This is like calling us up to a point where some of the items we want.
Yes, there are a couple of bills that we're still expecting that to be approved by the IG's office and be forwarded to us. By Anshin, we don't have those yet, but I think you're waiting for those approvals, right?
Oh, you
No,
got
we
it.
Oh, we did get it.
Yeah.
Oh, those are the most recent ones we got today, right, okay. We got those, we just got 2 more today.
Are we paying them under protest?
When we get to that,
Okay.
yep.
Any further questions or comments about this? Kelly, you?
Yeah, most of these are just our regular monthly expenses. There's obviously the Herrick bill for the 223 is something that we have never paid before. But everything else is our usual monthly bills.
Yeah, if you go to page 6, Dean, I think part of that answers your question from the 3rd line down. And see the 6th or 7th line down, you can see that $223,000 in payments for legal fees.
That's a lot of legal fees.
Must be nice. Any questions so far? All right, then, if there are no further questions, let's move on to, our investment account.
The operating account had a little over 113,000. The escrow accounts had just shy of 9,000, and your CDs and treasuries were about $8.5 million. Again, you have one maturing next month, but I believe you guys intend to pull some money from the T-bill.
So, just so, I mean, this shows as of May 31st, but since that time, we've had to take money out of that middle JP Morgan T-bill to pay the $223,000 in Anshin's legal fees. So that number is maybe around $1 million, maybe just a hair less than
Just a little less.
$1 million in there. That's why we had it in a T-bill, for its ability to do that. But we do have, as we do with the Funding Corp, we have a CD coming due on the 12th of July. And this one is a little more complicated. As you can see, and again, if you pencil in, and just for argument's sake, to keep it simpler, if you pencil in JP Morgan T-bill at 1 million, right? And now you've got the other one, the bottom Provident Bank in December coming due is 2.5 million. The one coming due in July is 4.7 million. In a perfect world, that's a little top-heavy, in the sense that, you know, when you're investing, you know, you do something called reweighting or redistributing. You know, it's rather common, especially in retirement accounts, things like that. If one mutual fund does exceptionally well, you tend to take money out and put it into the other ones. So the thing that I wanna at least propose to you all is that even though the T-bill is coming in at, let's say, 3.75, and the CD is coming in at, let's say, 4.02, it might make sense to put, let's call it 3 million of this into a T-bill, or into the CD rather. Take the 1.7 million plus whatever interest, put it in the T-bill, and then kind of, as those other two come due, redistribute it. If you know what I'm saying. So in other words, in October, this T-bill comes at 1 million, it might make sense to put another million in there, or 1.5 million, and put it in either a CD or T-bill, whichever has the highest rate. And then when the one in December comes due, you take the remainder. So this way they all have roughly $3 million in them. It would be a little more fiscally responsible, not saying that we've got a tremendous amount of risk here, but it's just something we should at least talk about for 95 seconds.
I like that.
It's just balance, that's all.
Well, it's not just that, because we're gonna lose out on some money. We're gonna lose out, my calculations have, we're gonna lose out on about $6,000 to $7,000 in interest money that we could raise. But
I understand what you're saying, diversify, I get all that, but I mean, these are pretty secure, all of them are pretty secure.
Yeah.
That's not like we have in equities and bonds and
I
different
think
things
it's a
like
lot
that.
to do with
I mean,
liquidity. I guess
Exactly.
my biggest concern is, as I look at the financials, lots of money going out, not a whole lot of money coming in. That is a real big concern for me. I look at the Orange County Funding Corporation, and that continues to dwindle. How much longer does that hold on with no new revenues coming in? And same thing, we're looking at the Orange County IDA, if there are no new takers for a whole lot of reasons, how do we continue to do our work if the money's not gonna be there to do the work? I have a grave concern.
I agree with everything you said. I would say the one thing that we should do, and Jeff brought it up, is that starting January 1st, or come September, we reevaluate the amount of money allocated for payment to the IDA.
I appreciate that. That's gonna solve a little bit of an issue. It is not gonna solve the underlying issue that we have. The recommend, if you look at what we said in the budget we were gonna do and what was actual, it's not there. The money's not there. The income is not there. It's not like anybody's given us money. We don't get money from any other sources other than new projects, and no new projects are coming. And all I see is money going, and I have, as having some fiduciary responsibility, I have to raise the concern, what plan are we gonna put in place to stop the hemorrhaging, because it's hemorrhaging.
When we discuss goals later, yeah, right there.
All right, well, I will let you continue to hold that till we get there.
But I think it partly answers your question of what we're gonna try to do.
So do we wanna get into the goals now? Is that part of this conversation?
I would say not, but just to have that in mind as you're asking this question, and I think
I
we can.
appreciate that there is an answer. I didn't really read it
Yeah,
about what
okay.
it is.
Mhm.
I think that there is a systemic issue, that the only way the IDA continues to look at opportunities to fund projects within our communities in order for us to expand economic development, to attract projects, is to have new projects come in with an application and trust us to do the job that we discuss with them. And I feel that we have lost that ability, at least at this point right now, to do that. And Orange County loses is that business doesn't come in, that we suffer because we're not able to support the things that we'd like to support, especially through the funding corp, because we've done some pretty significant things. We've funded things that we would not fund out of the IDA. And I'm really gravely concerned about what our future is gonna look like, should we not be able to attract new business and industry that may go to Dutchess, may go to Sullivan, may go to Pennsylvania, may go to any other place other than Orange County. I just think I've gotta say it. I mean, I just feel
I
like we
don't,
got shot.
well, it's to go to any county in New York State, right? I mean, every county in New York State benefits from what they did to us.
I
So,
understand, but
there is no answer, Linda.
I understand, but there's gotta be an answer if we're gonna if we're gonna survive and be out 3, 5, 10 years from now. We need to have an answer to how do we build business again? How do we reestablish trust that should have never been lost with the IDA because we've not done anything wrong? And how do we get companies to say, Orange County is where I wanna be? And I don't believe that Orange County is where people are going to want to be. There's other places to go.
Do we know that? I mean, do we even,
If
do
you
we?
look at if you know what happened in the
No, I
legislation,
know what happened in
you know what's gonna
legislation.
happen.
But
You
again,
can't
I
be
mean, I don't,
competitive.
but again, I don't know if yet that we know that we're saying, hey, listen, it's over, or whatever, and we can, I mean, you have to have the IDA in case businesses wanna come in. I mean, I'm not saying that we shouldn't look at some of these items with the financials, but since I've been here, I mean, it's really been, unfortunately, I mean, some IDAs don't do any business for a couple of years, but you still have to have it in case people are coming in. I mean,
Well,
you
I
can't not
think my
have it.
biggest concern, Dean, is
Well, yeah,
that
I understand. I get it,
the
but-
cutting edge that we had, that
Mhm.
leveled our playing field for every other, could I just finish?
You know, I do, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, I do, I understand what you're saying. I mean,
I think that if I could finish,
Mhm.
we are not on a level playing field. Not with Rockland, not with any other county in New York State. And then, of course, you've got Pennsylvania, and you've got other states, New Jersey, that can compete with us with much better rates, much better opportunities than we have. And this county will now suffer because we cannot compete under the current legislation that has been passed. We are going to be in trouble financially, and if we don't acknowledge that, then we have not done our fiduciary
I'm not saying
responsibility.
don't acknowledge it, but. I
We have
mean,
to acknowledge it.
But we don't know that yet, do we? I mean,
Have
the
you looked at the
legislation,
financials? There's nothing coming
No,
in.
no, no, the legislation that we're talking about.
Yeah,
I mean, I understand what it is, but do we know that that's it? No one's gonna come here because of that? Do we know what projects why they've been paying those rates anyway, or
without,
not, or
are
what?
we
Or
allowed to
do
talk
we
about
even
the
know?
legislation or no?
Yeah, I mean,
We're
it's
not-
just, so, yeah.
Not permitted to discuss.
Discussing
If you
people
have
are.
prevailing
I'm
wages, if
sure-
we
I'm
have to
sure
pay
that-
prevailing wages and Rockland County does not,
Mhm.
why would they not go to Rockland County? I was a businesswoman.
Well, you know that Rockland County had that for a long time.
Fine, Sullivan County, you wanna do
Pick a
semantic
county,
stuff.
pick any place.
Don't do that.
I think at the end of the day, what we have
what?
is,
Don't do semantics. You
I'm
know
doing
what we're
semantics.
talking
I'm not-
about.
Mark,
Sullivan
I'm not
County.
doing semantics.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
the end of the
I am
day, look,
not.
I tried not to get it,
Absolutely not.
tried
Don't
not
look at me like I didn't do the legislation.
Dean,
Just look at me like I didn't do the
to,
legislation.
okay, gentlemen, if I could, for one
Yeah.
moment, please, let's stop. We have a problem that's been presented to
Absolutely.
us. By sticking our head in the sand and
I didn't
saying
say
it's
that.
not, it's gonna go away, it's
I
not
didn't
gonna
say
go
that.
away.
I didn't
We
say
still
that.
are gonna have to pay bills for the next 3 years of $750,000.
Mhm.
Where's it coming from?
Mhm.
We still have to try and attract business that puts us in an uneven playing field. So how do we, as the Finance Committee and the Board of Directors, prepare the Orange County IDA to be able to continue our business? That's what I'm saying, in an atmosphere that does not allow us to compete in a fair and equitable way. That's all I'm saying. And we need to acknowledge it and be done with it and then move on. So if you think that you've got it in your goals that we've got a way out of here,
No,
I'll be
no, no.
happy to.
I don't think there is a way. I mean, I don't think he has a magic wand in there to say, hey, this is gonna get us
We've
out
got
of
goals and
this.
objectives, and perhaps there's something in there that says something. I'm just, look, I've been on both sides of the world, administration and board member. Not to acknowledge and say that there's a problem is not meeting our
I
responsibility.
didn't say that.
Saying that we don't know whether legislation is gonna hurt us or not, of course it's gonna hurt us. Dean, come on. It's gonna hurt us.
Okay.
It's gonna hurt us bad. We cannot compete in the marketplace. We're the only county in New York State who cannot compete in the marketplace.
Well, I never know what county.
We are the only county that has to deal with prevailing wages. There's no other county doing that.
So Linda, is your concern that we have to shut our doors in the short
Yes,
term?
I think not in the short term, but I think it's a slow demise. If we can't bring projects in, how do we make money? The state doesn't run.
Oh, agreed, we need revenue
People think that
for the long term.
Yeah, people
But we do
think-
have a healthy fund balance that
Right
will
now
allow
we
us
do,
to.
yeah, we do, but it's, have you seen negative numbers?
Sure,
Uh-huh, and negative numbers are gonna continue, because we have expenditures that we have not planned for, because we weren't planning for this,
Yeah.
right?
sure.
When I first started, there was a lot more money in these accounts than there are now.
Mhm.
It's not that we did anything wrong, it's not that any of us went to a trip to Tahiti, it's that we don't have business coming in, and the business that comes in doesn't stay. So,
We have a lot that are kind of receivables that are closing fees ready to go. It's just now those projects, because of this legislation, are in limbo.
Are-
We're not sure if they'll proceed or
or
not.
not, that's my point,
Yeah.
is I'm very concerned about how we get from 2026 to 2036.
Yes,
And that's my point. Are we gonna shutter our doors tomorrow? No.
okay.
Next year? No. The year after? No. But if we don't figure out how to make this thing work, we will have no IDA because there will be no finance. The state of New York is not gonna write us a check. I know that people that listen to us think that we're funded by New York State. We're not. That we're funded by Orange County. We're not. We're self-funding by applications and attracting business. And when you can't attract business, then how do you create revenue? I didn't mean to say, take it away, but this has been bothering me for a while.
It is, you are 100% correct, Linda. No one is, I couldn't agree with you more. But I can honestly say, there will be no magic bullet to solve the problem.
I understand that. We have to so we have to have some contingency plans, some really tough plans to figure out what we're gonna do and how we're gonna do it. We cannot continue to bleed money. We just cannot do it. You can't spend what you don't have. And yes, we have a strong fund balance. That's worth nothing when you continue to see bracketed numbers that only get bigger by the time we get to the end of the year. I'm done, thank you.
If we're moving on from that discussion, then I need to get back to what would our thoughts be as far as the investment account?
I think you gotta put some money into the T-bill, because if we need ready cash, we don't have it.
I would agree with that.
I do too.
So are you all okay with doing 3 million rolling over into Provident and putting 1.7 plus the interest into the T-bill? And then we can move that to the other two tranches when they come due, and also have that money liquid in case we need it. Does that make
Yes.
sense to everybody?
I hate losing $6,000, but it is what it is.
Well, in the scope of things, Linda.
In the scope of things, it's
I know, it's
a drop in the bucket.
it's becoming very difficult to scrape
I get
and
it.
try and make every cent for the county when people can just charge us for whatever they want and force us to pay. So I don't know what else to tell you.
There's not much to tell me. I appreciate it.
All right, then the plan going forward in July will be, and let me try and sum it up the best I can. We will take 3 million and put it into the Provident, as long as it's still at the 4+% for 9 months. And we'll take the remainder, which is roughly 1.7 plus the interest, and put that into a T-bill. Yeah, 9-month T-bill. Wait, though, if we put it in a 9-month T-bill, will we get penalized on that? We shouldn't, right?
For withdrawing?
Yeah.
Why would we? We hadn't been yet.
Could-
We've been in a
This is
nine-month
good.
T-bill,
Yeah.
It's gonna mature, right? The money?
Yeah, but you're saying it before it matures, if we
Yeah.
if we withdraw any money, which we've done, and we've faced a penalty.
Okay.
Well, for the year, if you want to do a year, the T-bill is at 3.92% right now.
It's an idea.
Yeah, if you can take it
Split
out.
it.
Yes, as long as we.
But
Then
if
let's,
the interest rates go up at the end of this year, then
Yeah.
you might lose out on it for 6
yeah,
months.
my gut is telling me interest rates will go up by the end of the year.
They're predicting
They're
3
talking.
increases, I heard.
Well, I don't know
Some
about 3,
people.
but, yeah, I think that would be too aggressive, but at least, I think there's at least an 80 or 90% chance there'll be at least 1, if not 2, by the end of the year. So, let's not lock in for a year.
Okay.
Let's,
I think we say it the same way that we've
Yeah.
been funding them.
yeah. All right, so let's just do the 9, yeah.
Got it.
All right. So can I get a motion to reinvest $3 million into a Provident 9-month CD? The remainder will go into a 9-month T-bill to allow us flexibility and liquidity for us to maneuver between now and the end of the year.
I'll make that motion.
You don't?
I will make that
Okay.
motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any further discussions about that? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so you guys know what to do, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then back to the same thing, did we approve the financials and the payables?
Yeah.
So, Bill, did you wanna talk, old business?
I don't need to, it's
Okay.
really,
I think we've hashed it out?
Yeah,
Okay. All right, then, how do we do this? Can I get a motion to approve the IDA's financial to present to the board with the disclaimer that regarding the payment of Anshan's bills and Anshan's legal bills, any motion to pay them will be under protest and with full reservation of the IDA's rights to challenge the payments and the clawback of the same in the future action or proceedings. So what I'm saying is, yes, we can approve it, but with a caveat that we retain the right to continue to pursue potential legal action to get this money back to where it belongs.
Can that be part of the same motion then?
Yeah, I don't-
With the financials?
I think it has to be.
Yeah.
Do you-
Sounds good.
I don't have an issue with it, but is that, it was like, you have to say that for the motion to do it, or we could always go back?
We just wanna reserve the right to dispute the
Okay.
You have to
bills.
reserve it, you can't. it's not
Thanks.
gonna
We
break.
want to be on the record.
So you made the motion?
I will continue with that motion.
Okay.
Is that
I'll second
including
it.
payables?
What's that?
Is that including payables?
Payables, yes.
All payables will be paid with
Mhm.
the comment that we fully expect to continue to fight Anshan's bills and legal bills. And we reserve the right to claw them back at a future time. Did I get a second on that motion?
I second it.
All right. Any other discussions,
I'd like to just say one thing, if I could.
please?
I just want to say for the record, this isn't personal, this is business, and this is good business. Being able to understand, after I went through that whole diatribe of talking about the finances, understanding where our money goes and what it's being used for, is part of the fiduciary responsibility of this committee. So I just want you to know, this is not personal, this is business. And if I couldn't say that, and if I couldn't do it, then I couldn't be here, because it's good business. And I take my role and responsibility, as my colleagues do, extraordinarily seriously about protecting the integrity of the IDA. I'm done.
All right.
Again,
Did we get a final?
no, you can call the
No, we
vote.
didn't.
Okay, then can I get a vote to approve the motion?
Aye.
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 All four in favor? All right. Any other business before this committee today?
Before we wrap, I'd like Shannon just to kind of inform the committee here about recent news for RBT CPAs. Can you talk
God, I
about
hope it's
your
good news.
consolidation or merger and what that means for us?
Sure. So nothing changes. We are merging with a top 25 accounting firm called UHY. Our offices will still remain in place. I will still be here. I'll probably have a different background, but nothing changes for me or for you.
All right, will you be doubling our rates or anything like that?
No,
Okay.
No rate increases.
that's good.
We continue to do business as RBT has always done business.
Terrific. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good news.
We just have more resources.
Terrific. Great. And we were a past client of UHY actually a few years
That's
ago
what I was-
before we went to
that's
RBT.
what- yeah.
Yep. So we have experience with them as well.
Kingston?
Kingston, correct. Exactly.
No name change or anything, no?
So we will be under UHY. That will be our name legally, but nothing changes in regards to my position, the way I perform my job, nothing.
Great. Terrific. All right. That's it, Mr.
And I
Chair.
will still be the person on your account.
Great.
All right, with no further business, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any further discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?